Right, and welcome to Ashdon Wharf for the next episode. This box arrived yesterday afternoon, but it was after dark, so I've left the opening until today. All I've done is remove the shipping label with the address on, obviously. This is from Anyscale UK, Anyscale Models, based in the UK, up in Scotland actually. And this contains pretty much all of what I'm going to need for the wharf side, the ships, all sorts of stuff. You'll see once we get inside. But nice sturdy box. Always good to see. There's no obvious signs of damage to it. A bit of crumpling in this bottom corner, but other than that, it seems to be fine. And when the shake test, nothing, silent. That's always a good sign. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Nice and easily done. I'll put this blade away because you know what'll happen. If I leave the blade out, I'll end up touching it and cut myself. Why? Because I'm a daft lad. That's why. Right, back in. We've got an invoice here. It's a paper falling all over. Right, I'll keep all that to one side. Right, let's have a look. Right, we've got one of the trawler hulls there. We've got what looks like the boiler at the top of a locomotive as well. Not quite sure why that's in the bag, but let's open it and see. Let's move it out of the way. And this box is jam-packed, as you can see, with stuff. Let's get this out. So we've got some instructions about miscast seconds and end of yes, and what this is. Stuart, who signed this, he sent me these extras. He didn't have enough stuff in to fulfil my order, so he put some extras in and he said this is a boat that's in for repair, so I can use it on the layout as a boat in for repair. There's also another piece there. There's also that's like a rolled up tarpaulin when you look at it closer. And this locomotive body is obviously also what is thrown into the pile. So again, yeah, it all comes unpainted. There's some flash obviously that'll need to be cleaned off. It'll all need a good wash, all of it, everything in the box. A good wash. What I tend to do is use a drop of fairy liquid, a toothbrush, then I let it air dry. Don't touch it, let it air dry. And then a good coat of primer, and then we can get on with the actual painting itself once we've cleaned up all the bits and pieces. So yeah, so look at locomotive body. That's what he sent me as extras. So, thanks very much for that, Stuart. I appreciate that. Now, here's one of the fishing vessels, as proper as is. Now we've got a separate wheelhouse, a separate mast, which obviously goes in there. The wheelhouse, when I get it up the right way, that way, will go there. And if I get my bloody big hand out there, that's not bad, is it? You can see there's not much flash on this, not much at all. That's going to clean up nicely, lovely smooth flat bottom. Yeah, that's going to clean up nicely. And of course I'm a miniature painter anyway, so painting these things is going to be absolutely no problem for me whatsoever. And it's a good size, is that? I've got a ruler down here. I bet I haven't. I bet they're all upstairs. Oh, yes they are. This one. So let's have a look. The length of this boat is, so you can see, because this is the double O gauge, remember, is 5 inches or 12 and a half centimetres, but 5 inches in old money. And the breadth, inch and a half, about inch and a half, just under, the widest point, about inch and a half or 4 centimetres. So a decent size, and there's a nice weight to it too. Not too heavy, but a lovely weight to it. I'm very impressed with this model. When it goes together, that's going to look pretty impressive and painted up alongside the wharf. So that's the first of the fishing boat outboats. I've ordered quite a few of them. Well, what I'll do is, rather than me individually open each one, I think what I'll do is, I'll open the rest of the stuff in this box, lay it all out, and then come back and show you it. I think that would be the easiest way, and rather than going through all this one by one, because it'll take forever. So I'll do that. I'll come back to you in a couple of secs. Right, we're back again. Done a bit of sorting out now. Now I ordered 5 of these large, I think these are 43 foot motorised fishing vessels, and these measure 7 inches in length and 2 inches across. These are much bigger, a couple of masts on these, the wheelhouse which obviously you'll fit on. So they're the largest trawlers. I think they're 43 feet, or represent 43 foot MFVs. Next to them there, slightly smaller, these are just 3 of these, which are the ones we saw before, I think. No, maybe it's not. These are slightly larger. These ones at the end was the ones where I took one out. So I've got 3 of them, 5 of the big ones, and I also ordered a dumb barge. You know, the ones, the huge barges you see, used to see them regularly in the River Hull. These get towed along by tugs, but they're great for storage space, and I thought it'd look great next to the wharf for storing nets and fish boxes, etc. So I've got one of them. Of course, a couple of little rowboats. You can't have a wharfside scene without some rowboats. Also for the actual layout itself, part of it is I've got some of these sleeper built buffer stops. I've got 6 of these. I thought these would go great on the wharf side, so I've got 6 of them. Obviously I've got lots of bollards. I'm going to need bollards. Trawlers need something to tie up to, so I've got a lot of them. I've also got some ship detailing packs, which if I just pick up some of these pieces to show you. Now, I don't know whether you can see this, but we've got here a life belt, we've got a full fish box, you can see the fish in there, some rolled up nets, and some nets that's just laid out probably on deck. You can still see some of the orange floats there on it. So they're small, but they'll paint up great, and they'll actually fit on the boat. And there's what's come loose there, and when I didn't show you, I'll put it next to the tyre. That's actually a tyre, but this is a life belt. So we've got a life belt on each of the ship. Now that's just a few of the pieces that come in this bag, and as you can see there's plenty more, and I've got 3 of them bags for detailing the trawlers, the ship, the boats, the fishing boats, so I'll have plenty of spare to go at to make them all individual. So I've got 3 of them. I've got the big tyres, truck tyres. These are going to be fastened to the wharf side. In ascenders, as they did. They used to use great big tyres to stop the ships rubbing and damaging. Got quite a few of them. Some other smaller tyres. I've got a whole host of these boxes. Now, these are described as ammo boxes, which I presume they are really, but they're going to be fish boxes for, let me get a couple out because you can't see them properly, can you? And that's the whole point of this. Right, here we go. So, send that one over. But they're going to be, in my world, obviously, they're not going to be carrying ammunition. Well, if they are, we've got problems, haven't we? But they're going to be fish boxes. So, that's excellent. I've got a few packs of them, so they can be dotted around all over, ready to load up into the fish wagons, etc. More detailed pack. I've got some of these as well, a number of these where it's... I'll just get it out the back here and stop being a daft lad. I can't see through the plastic. Not without the glare anyway. These pieces are, as you can see, folded and rolled up nets. These will fit on the trawlers or on the shoreline or in that dumb barge. Once painted up, you know, with the green, you can see this one here, the one furthest away, this one, it's still got its floats on, so we'll have some orange floats on there around the outside where it's been, where it's used to keep the net open, the mouth of the net open, etc. So they're great. I've got some of them. Put them back because I'll lose them otherwise. What else? Some more piles of, I won't get these out. These are larger piles, but it's the same thing. It's netting, fish nets. These could be on the wharf side itself. I thought I'd just try these to see what they're like. I've got a small coal stave. Made out sleepers, as you can see. Drop a coal in there to be painted up. That's ideal, that'll do for the engine shed for me 060 that shunts the yard. So I've got a coal stave. I also got a lot of these boxes. Let's get them out of the bag again. Stop trying to show through a pig in cellophane. Different types. Right. These again, fish boxes. Open ones, either just been emptied or waiting to be filled. This one's a double row. That's a single row. But that's our fish boxes, all waiting to be filled up from the trawlers. So I've got a few of them. It's all the detritus that you get on the dockside. I've got some general cargo type stuff as well, some crates. These are just in a row. You can see all sorts of stuff there, sacks and packing crates. They look great on the layout. I also got some of these tanks. They stand on the plinth, and obviously the fishing boats need to refuel. I mean, the diesel engine, so we'll have them there. And a larger one, which I've got, again it's got its plinth, which I've got for probably for the engine shed again. So even though I've got a steamer there, it gives me the option to add a diesel shunter in the future if I need to. So I've got a fuel tank there, which I've got. We've got loads of barrels. Get them out of here, stop trying to show through the plastic, it doesn't matter, does it? Different shapes and sizes. So we've got barrels there, some laid down, some stood up. They're a bigger number of barrels. Again, these could be full of diesel, waiting to be used to refuel the trawlers. Excellent scopes. And there's not a lot of flash on these. A little bit, but not much. Not going to say much cleaning up. It took a bit of painting, man. Other bits of stuff. Oh yeah, these are clever. These are. Oh, get it out of the bag. These are the life belts that you see on the wharf side, the quayside, you know, with in its little wooden frame, and you see the life belt there. You would if I got it right. There's a life belt, you see, in the centre of its little wooden frame, and it even comes with a supplied stick, so we can attach it, stick it into the wharf, and they can be running along in case anybody falls into the water. We've got a few life belts just chucking after them. So I've got a packet of them, and I think that you get about 6 or 8 in there, so there's plenty enough for the length of dock I've got. Something else I got was a couple of lorries. Now these are advertised as, get it out the back, stop doing that, as coal lorries, and obviously I want them for fish wagons, but I thought, well, that's fine if they're coal lorries, but they're not. Let me show you this. There's the front and back, just attach them as so. They've got obviously it's got a trailer there, what you can put the stuff on. There's a backboard, and these were the coal sacks to make it into a coal wagon. And now that would do a lot of good, wouldn't it? And now I'm pleased these are separate mouldings, because obviously I don't want it as a coal truck. I want it to be for carrying fish boxes, because Ashdon town is going to want some of this fresh fish as well. It's not all going to Hull, so this will be going to the various chippies in Ashdon and the surrounding districts. Now I've got 2 of them. I didn't know what they'd be like with them being vehicles. I was a bit, I thought, well, I'll give them a roll. I'm really impressed with them, and I got 2. And the other main things I got were the wharf side, the quay side. Now this is a piece that has steps going down. You can see the moulding on it. This will fit alongside the layout. He also supplies a number of these timber stanchions, so the tyres can go along on them. The trips back up against these rubbing strakes to stop the hull hitting the stonework. So we've got steps coming down on some of them. There's a piece here which is an end piece. If you not sure if I'll need that, but I've got it anyway. They're all ones with steps, because I wanted lots of steps. In this other bag, we've just got the standard pieces. Now, in here, I'll get one of these out. These are the standard pieces. Then what does it with that one? They'll go together like that. Do you see? So we've got the plain wall, and again it's got all the timber rubbing strakes in there. Every so often I can put some steps in, and it's going to look ideal. And I've got enough to do the whole 5 foot of my wharf side. So I'm really pleased with this. You can see there's a big bag full of the stripe pieces, the normal pieces, and all the rubbing strakes inside. So I'm really pleased with this. So I think all in all, I've done bloody well. Well done, Stuart. You've supplied me with everything I'm going to possibly need to bring the wharf side to life, with the fishing vessels, the bollards, the tyres, everything I need. The only thing I have to supply are figures, working on the dock side. I've got everything else. Now, this is going to be a long project, obviously. It's all got cleaned up, although as I said, not a lot of flash. Primed and then painted. But I love doing that, so what better way to spend a winter, especially a bloody COVID winter, because it looks like we're going to be going into lockdown again. Well, that's fine by me. I shall sit and work on this, paint my way through them, get it all ready, and I think this is going to make a really excellent dockside working scene once I've finished. I've got it all in my head, mind you, transferring it from my head to the reality is another thing, but hopefully I can, and I'll keep you updated along the way. But thanks for this, Stuart. Very, very, very impressed, and this wasn't expensive either. Let me get the right. It came to £190. It sounds a lot, but look, I've got 13 fishing trawlers, and the size of these things. What would you pay for that in plastic? For one? Eh? And I've got all the rest, all the peripheries that I need. I think that is damn good value. And I shall be going back for, if I discover the things I'm sure of, I'll be going back to Stuart for more, because I'm just so impressed with the casting, with the finished product. They're so clean, they look so realistic. There's everything in you could possibly need to create a working harbour scene. So yeah, lovely. Well, I can't say any more. I'm just so totally impressed with it, and I'm itching now to get stuck into this and to start cleaning, priming and painting, and eventually getting it on the layout. So I know this has been a bit of a long one, but thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one when maybe there's been a bit of progress. You never know, we shall see. So bye for now and take care.